When Vivek finds himself in times of trouble, Kings fans come to he. Speaking words of wisdom, sell the team. No beam within this darkness, please put me out of my misery. Speaking words of wisdom, sell the team. Sell the team, sell the team, sell the team, yeah, sell the team. Speaking words of wisdom, sell the team. Oh, God, man. It's just so sad. Sorry. This is just too sad. Like, Vivek, God bless you for keeping the Kings here, but just do the right thing. Sell the team. Like, it shouldn't take one playoff appearance. Thank you for keeping us so that we had this one playoff appearance. 19 out of the last 20 years. About to be 20 and 21. It's just a miserable time right now. And I think that it's time to sell the team because what we saw out there tonight was pure garbage, was no heart, no fight, and Jokic did whatever the hell he wanted. And if he fails this trade deadline, if Scott Perry and Vivek Ranadive screw this trade deadline and get Trae Young, John Morant, LaMelo Ball, and try to compete for this play-in, there's going to be a letter that I'll be writing on that day, and that day will come. Christo, cue the intro.
Well, the Kings lost everyone.
Dude,
they didn't just lose.
We got there was a bludgeoning. There was a bludgeoning out there tonight.
It looked
Holy smokes.
like Game of Thrones out there. It looked like Game of Thrones out there.
You know what? I don't think we even. It's like that one scene in Game of Thrones where like the kid gets pushed out of the tower. That's like Jokic pushing us out of the tower. Like that's what it was. God.
Nikola Jokic.
Just talk about him, please.
When he comes to Sacramento, he could do whatever he wants. I mean, basically, he could do it to any team, but against the Sacramento Kings, Nikola Jokic, a.k.a. the Trot Man for the real ones out there. Trot, trot, trot. This man, in 4 games against the Sacramento Kings, also 4 games before Christmas in one season, by the way, which is just absolutely wild. But this man is averaging 37.3 points per game, 70.6 from the field, 50% from 3, 11.8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 33 minutes per game against the Kings. It's a cakewalk. And tonight, he went 14 for 16 from the field, dropping 36. I think it was 36, 12, and 8. I think it was 36, 12, and 8 in 3 quarters. This man is coming for that trophy, the MVP. And he's bringing it back to Serbia. And he's going to hold it while he's getting carouseled around the horse track. Because this guy absolutely feasts any single time he plays the Kings. And not only does Jokic feast, so does his backup, Jonas Valanciunas, who just absolutely is scoring more points than minutes when he's out on the floor. And he's scoring with ease. This team, this Denver team, who's missing Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown, 2 starters, by the way. Yeah, the Kings are down some players too, but they come in on the road after only playing like 1 game in the past week because of this weird NBA Cup schedule. They come to Sacramento, and they take care of business in the first quarter, and then from that moment on, it was lights out. No beam was even in grasp. I mean, that first quarter, they did whatever they wanted. Jokic can do what he wants. Jokic's going to do what he wants.
Trotman does what he wants. Trotman does what he wants.
I mean, anyone on Denver could do what they want when they... Archie, can you come closer?
Yeah, I'll come closer. I'll come closer, dude. That feels so weird that I'm like so far apart from you, dude.
But look at this.
Like, it looks better. Yeah. It looks better. Like, I'm having like a legit conversation. It's not like where like Tony Soprano is. Like when he's trying to talk to Dr. Melfi and like Tony's like, Melfi, just stay away from me. I don't want your gabagool. But now it's like I'm here, right here, so it's nice.
You know what this game reminded me of?
Yeah.
I think there's only one thing that could paint the picture of what tonight's game was.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
If you could describe tonight's game in one photo, this was tonight's game. That was tonight's game. That was tonight's game. I mean, I think we have a right to feel a little bit upset about what we witnessed, because this week, all NBA teams are having like many days off. So like you should come in like when you have that 1 or 2 games a week during this very slow part of the schedule. You fans expect to like the players to come out fighting, playing with energy, playing with something. With some type of heart, and there. I'm sorry.
There was not a bit. Sorry.
That was just.
God, that was pathetic.
Yeah. Now the Kings are 6-19, which is great for the Tankathon boys out there, but man, it's gonna be a long season. Like I'm thinking about it, we're 25 games in. And we haven't seen anything exciting.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Listen, you know what? Here's one positive. At least we have our own pick.
That is
like imagine the Clippers, dude. Like,
did you see how they lost today?
Yeah, they lost on a ridiculous. They lost they lost the Clipper way. They pulled a cardiac Kangs. That's what happened.
Like as bad as the Kings are playing, and thank God we're not the Los Angeles Clippers, because obviously they're having like a horrific, absolute horrendous sight of a season. But then to go into a game against the Houston Rockets and play pretty good the whole game, and then not even give yourself a chance by getting a 5-second violation because James Harden just stood in the corner, and then Kawhi. How do you allow that to happen? And then Ty Lue, the LA Clippers, they hide Ty Lue to make sure he does not go into the press conference after. Like, they are down, and I have a good friend that's a Clippers fan. I feel so bad, but we're in the same boat basically. But I would rather be in the Kings position than the Clippers position.
God, and then OKC, is 24-1. They could have a top 5 pick next year.
Dude, that Clipper pick. Oh my God.
Oh God, man. I mean, if that happens, we could see a 79-3 team next year. It's crazy, but yeah. Anyways, back to the Kings.
Yeah. Well, let's just start off with this.
God, Lord.
First half, you knew it was going to go the way that it did tonight because they were not sharing the ball at all. 7 assists in the first half, and you think, why don't these guys like moving with the ball? Like, if you look around the league, if you look at the team that you're facing, look at how they play. Pass, run, cut, this, that. We don't do anything that's going to set us up for victory, for success at all.
Hell no.
It's just, man, that the offense was just so poor without, the lack of movement. I'm just like, yeah, this game's chopped.
There's no spray. Chopped. There's no spray action. There's no DHOs. There's no off ball screens where Keegan is coming off curls or just something, and it's just sad.
And it's not like throughout the whole season we've just been like shooting a terrible bottom percentage in the league, because we're not. Like, our percentages at the end of each half, I'm like, wow, we're like close to high 40s every single night. And it's not like we're just missing open shots. It's like we're not giving ourselves the opportunity to play the right way. I was watching the Thunder game against Phoenix, and
I watched it too.
And I was just, and I'm not even going to talk about the starters. I want to talk about that bench unit. They play the right brand of basketball. AJ Mitchell drives to the basket, gets the paint touch, sprays. Just doing that alone gives so much space because everyone has to collapse. Then there's wide open Guzman Dieng knocking down threes. That other dude, like, it's unbelievable how You could just get guys in the right system and they know how to flourish. The Kings system is so poor right now, and that's roster construction, that's this, that's that. But man, the product on the floor, the Golden One Center fans, the city of Sacramento deserves they just deserve better. And having these crazy blowout losses happening at home is just
That's sad. And
like, we don't care if we lose, but like at least like try.
I think, haven't we
Crazy.
lost like the 9 out of the last 12 home games or something like that? I have a weird feeling that we're like 3 and something at home. We've won 3 home games, but like, God, yeah, it's just ugly, dude. Like,
It's an ugly product.
it's
right
ugly, man. And like, I'll go back to the OKC Thunder a little bit. My mom's boyfriend, he's like more of a football fan. He doesn't watch basketball. He sat down with me and watched the OKC Thunder. And I told him like how special the OKC Thunder were. And I've never seen a man so hooked on like watching quality basketball in my life.
It's
And
so
I'm like,
fun to
like,
watch.
dude, like where are we getting this? And meanwhile, we got 30 balled, Cristo.
31 balled.
That 30 balled. That's 30 balled, even if it's 31,
We
32,
got Spencer
30.
Hawes tonight.
Yeah.
We got Spencer Hawes.
Spencer
And we know
Hawes.
Spencer Hawes
Oh God,
leaves a
that's
sour taste in every Kings fan's mouth.
Ah.
We got Spencer Hawes
gross,
tonight.
gross, dude. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, this is just sad times right now because the Kings at home, you should be protecting home court, right? The Kings are 3-8 at home.
Ooh.
3-8 at home. And then if you want to talk about the play-in game, it's going from last year in that play-in game, they'd be 3-9 in their last 12. So
Whoa, you're bringing it back. The Mavericks game.
Brandon
The game-
Williams.
The game that ended our season, that when we thought we hit rock bottom, that was our rock bottom moment. And then the basketball god said, just wait till the 2025-2026 season starts. You're not even going to be close. But yeah, so that game was very, very bad. But I will say this. The young guys got a lot of minutes tonight. And a guy that we haven't seen play since early November from Friar Nation.
Providence College.
The guy who we were wondering, why does this guy just not even get a chance to play? Finally got some run. He got sent down to the G League. In the last 3 nights, he played in three games. And he comes out tonight, 15 points, 4 assists in those third to fourth quarter minutes that he got. And that just shows that... What does it show, RT? Tell me what it shows.
It shows that if he gets playing time minutes, that he is capable of being a first round talent that the Kings drafted him to be. That's what it tells me. It tells me that if they really are focused on Devon Carter, they really care about him, he's showing out. He wants to stay. He was on fish grease alert in that fourth quarter. And
yeah, with those back-to-back threes,
yeah,
I was like,
fish grease, you know? And I do believe in Devon Carter. I still have faith in Devon Carter. I was really high on him when we drafted him. I thought he had this transcendent way of being an elite shooter with elite defense, and I still have hope for him. But, you know, I just wish the Kings front office had the same amount of faith that I would, because if I was in that front office, I would find a way to get him minutes every single night.
no, it was such a breath of fresh air to see just some different new players out on the court. We saw Dougie McDermott out there again. He even got about 4 or 5 minutes of run. But yeah, that fourth quarter, seeing Devon Carter play, that was probably the most fun part of the game for me. Outside of that, Maxime Reynaud, he led the team in minutes tonight with 36. He's
hanging in there with the big boys.
15 and 9, 7 for 13 from the field. The craftiness down low, he's doing it again and again.
Made 3 tonight too.
And I'm noticing a trend, RT. Ready? Want me to break down what I'm seeing?
Let's go. Let's dig into Christo's mind. What are you seeing?
This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Doug Christie. He's like, man, this team is terrible, right? And then we go, no Sabonis injury, no Schroeder injury. Oh, Levine's out too, thumb injury. And now Drew Eubanks out. there's a lot of extra minutes going to be available. So what does he do? When Sabonis goes out, I'm going to throw Eubanks into the starting lineup for a little bit. Maxi Moreno outplays him. Swap. The Doug Christie plan is slowly but surely, and the Scott Perry plan is slowly but surely coming alive.
The sneak.
So as bad of a product as we're seeing on the court, at the end of the day, it's completely fine because the plan is getting closer and closer. And this is what I'm seeing. Max leapfrogs Eubanks into the starting lineup. Levine goes out. Who's the filler?
Nick
Clifford. And now we're seeing Devon Carter. Are we starting to see all of the... And then you know who else had a good amount of minutes tonight? Keon Ellis. Scott Perry cleared the noise by saying, oh no, Keon Ellis is definitely someone that we want moving forward. He came on Sacktown Sports. He cleared the air. He let the fan base know where we stand with Keon Ellis because his name has been very up in the air. So Scott Perry knows that he wants to get that extension with Keon Ellis for the future. So you're seeing the
trend.
You're seeing that trend where DeRozan got only around 20 minutes tonight. You're seeing the big guys who are leading the league leading the team with like high 30s, low 40s in the minutes. They're getting to the 20s. Yeah, maybe it's because of a blowout loss, or maybe
something else.
Maybe something else.
Big brain.
Maybe Doug's like, I'm going to keep the starters in longer in the first half so we could get down, so then I could throw in the young boys to end the game. The more minutes, the better for them. I don't know.
I like your vision, Cristo. You know,
I'm trying to find a positive in everything I'm watching.
That's a great vision. You know what's missing from that though? A guy that's averaging a double-double in Stockton. A guy that's undrafted. A fan favorite. A man that stole the Fan Fest award. Dylan Cardwell.
RT, now that Drew Eubanks, I mean, he did not return he got hit in the thumb, or was that what it was?
Something like that.
I forgot.
I don't care.
but the eulogy, I mean, we love the eulogy, but if the eulogy and Sabonis are both out,
give me Dylan minutes,
are we going to need some? I mean, Precious Achiuwa has been doing his thing, but what if we need a little bit more size in the front court? Make that call. The Kings have been doing a lot of dilly-dallying with Stockton. It wouldn't be surprising if you bring up another guy who's averaging a double-double. I don't know. But that's just what I've been noticing, a slight trend. Obviously, you see it more in games that we're getting blown out in, but as the record gets worse and worse, as there's nothing to play for, rather than developing the youth, I think it's just eventually going to happen. And I think it's happening much sooner than we could have anticipated, because going into the season, when we were looking at the outlook of this team, we all agreed, and I think everyone was like, where are these guys going to get minutes? And now they've racked up some mileage under their boots, and I love it. Boots have been on ground.
They are strapped on the floor. They are ready. They are dialed in. I love the young boys getting their minutes. It's go time. You know?
No,
it's go time.
And yeah, we're losing by 30. Yeah, they're playing in scrap minutes. Yeah, their plus minus is very low, but it doesn't matter because this is the developmental year. We're not expecting greatness out of this group, because look at Nick Clifford tonight. He played 28 minutes. He went 1 for 8, 2 points, 4 rebounds. He was in the game for about 15 minutes doing his best Tony Snell impression with goose eggs across the box score. And his first 15 minutes of playing, he was on track for a Tony Snell game.
And then he got going.
I mean, he
he
made a shot.
Yeah, so, he made it. Well, listen,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not expecting. I mean, that's the last thing you could do, is expect great things from the young core right away. You have to just watch it build. And we're in the nail in the wood, hammering it.
Nail in the coffin, we're just hammering the nail. Chopping wood.
Chopping away.
I was chopping wood at a gig tonight, so I get you. I was playing drums, I was chopping wood.
Yeah,
but
you were.
But yeah, I want to bring up a point though, because you say that this team, I want to bring up an example from you. There was a score that happened 4 years ago that happened between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And this score, this is why you got to develop your young guys, because the OKC Thunder lost by 60 plus against the Memphis Grizzlies. And that is an example of letting your young guys play. And look where they are now, Christo.
That sparked a dynasty.
That sparked a dynasty. Like,
we could spend a 5-hour podcast talking about the greatness of Oklahoma City, because just watching those guys play,
it's insane.
It is, as a basketball fan,
it
is poetry. It is like listening to Andrea Bocelli at the opera. It's like watching Van Gogh paint with a sunset behind you. It's like watching RT play the drums at Twin Lotus. It is the most beautiful thing in the world. And they are well on track to becoming the greatest team ever assembled, and I think they should buy into that and just, I mean, I don't want to see the Thunder lose again this season.
I don't want to either. I don't think they're going to lose.
I want them to go on the biggest winning streak of all time. And I looked it up. It's 28.
Oh yeah, because the Miami Heat. Yeah,
it was a couple teams did it. The Warriors
did it. I think the last team that did it was like the Rockets or something before the Miami Heat.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I want the Thunder to go on like a 40 gamer. Like, I want to see something wild because I just want Vivek in the front office to be like, good things could happen. Obviously, you have to draft. You have to hit on your picks. Obviously it's way too early to say if we've hit, but I think we did a decent job so far with our picks, with Scott Perry's first picks that he's done in his tenure here. But going forward, you have to hit, because if you can hit and you build a connected group that all are playing for each other and don't have anyone trying to outshine the other, which we're definitely having with an older player roster.
Zach LaVine.
I didn't say it, but it's very possible. Obviously, the Kings are not heading into that Oklahoma City dynasty anytime soon, or possibly ever. Probably not ever, but you could learn from what's right in front of you. And I am going to sit back and enjoy the ride every single time OKC plays. I'm going to be checking the score.
Well,
or turn it on League Pass.
Yeah, you got to turn that on, because Christo, at the end of the day,
real.
You know, at the end of the day, man, it's a copycat league, right? The NBA is the biggest example of a copycat league. If some team is doing something successful, look how the other teams are trying to do it, right? Oklahoma City, that's when their dynasty started, right? When not during the Paul George, Kawhi Leonard trade, not during trading Russell Westbrook for Chris Paul, and then trading away Chris Paul for more picks. It started when the Thunder got their asses whooped by the Grizzlies 152-79. That's when the dynasty really started. That's when it really started. That was the turning point, because that's the turning point, because they have so many picks, and now you can see like all of those picks that they get in the first round. It just builds talent after talent after talent after talent. AJ Mitchell is like off the guard. I mean, like Christo said, we could talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder for like 5 hours. Like, that's, as a basketball and a sports fan, like the way the Oklahoma City are just a one of one brand of how they built a championship roster. Nobody has done it.
But they are they're at the top of the blueprint, because after them, San Antonio's building what they're trying to do right now. You're seeing it with all of their young pieces. There's rumors that Giannis Antetokounmpo could end up a San Antonio Spur, but people are being like are very hesitant in San Antonio. They're like, do I want to give up Dylan Harper, who's playing great basketball right now? Carter Bryant. Do I want to get rid of these guys like Stephon Castle? I can't get rid of these guys and like, we're talking about a top 5 talent in the NBA currently, and when it's all said and done, he's going to be so high ranked in all-time players. They are willing to like believe in their young guys and watch their development, because the blueprint of Oklahoma City proved that you could build around what you're building rather than making those swing plays.
I like that.
Yeah, it would be crazy having the two most unguardable players on your team, Wemby and Giannis, and then having the fastest point guard who was a Sacramento King for the past 8 years on that team. My God, would that be crazy?
Yeah, I don't blame you, but
what makes great teams good, what makes great teams great is depth, and that's what freaking OKC has, and that's what San Antonio has right now. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. But
it's good that you brought up like front offices, right? Because front offices just really do make a big difference. The Athletic came out with an article today, and what their article is the best front offices. So on my phone, Christo,
do you want me to
I have 10 teams that are the best 10 that are the best front offices. Who do you think is number one?
Number one, OKC.
Number one is correct. OKC.
Number two, Boston.
Correct.
Okay.
And then it gets a little bit wonky from there. But
Number three, San Antonio.
Not San Antonio. Is Houston at 3. Houston at 3 because they developed some guys.
They
Şengün and Ben Thompson, Jabari Smith,
you're right.
Reed Shepard, Kevin Durant in the trade, and then
they're doing good stuff.
Number 4.
Is number 4 the Pacers?
You're very close. Number 4 is the Miami Heat.
Oh,
and then number 5 is the Indiana Pacers.
I knew they were going to get paid. I mean, I was just thinking of like recency bias. And they got some good young guys too.
They do, and they have a chance to get a number. They have a top 5 pick too. So
I know.
And then I can go through the rest of the list.
San Antonio?
No, not San Antonio. 6 is the Cleveland Cavaliers. 7 is the Minnesota Timberwolves. 8 is the New York Knicks. Number 9 is where the Spurs are, and then number 10 is the Golden State Warriors.
I don't know about Cleveland.
I think Cleveland's solid. They just have they've had a lot of tough luck with playoff exits. I think that, and especially with how slow they've been this year, Evan Mobley has been stagnant. Donovan Mitchell
Allen's been in and out of the lineup.
Donovan Mitchell's kind of been the only one that's been really elevating his game, and it seems like every year he just gets better.
And then Darius Garland's got that toe injury that keeps him out like every other game. Like yeah,
they might blow it up after this year or next year.
Might have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very interesting list because obviously you don't see Sacramento on there. They are probably 20. I would say they're probably 25.
They haven't even came out with like the bottom because they just don't want to escape us from embarrassment.
All right, cool. Let's just try to make us feel better. Who has a worse front office than the Kings? I would say Washington.
Yeah, Washington. I would put the Clippers there with the way they handled the Chris Paul situation.
Clippers.
I got to put that there. I'd probably say Chicago. Yeah, Chicago.
Chicago and Charlotte.
Charlotte's there too.
And then let's think of one more.
Brooklyn's starting to get better.
I don't know.
Brooklyn kind of absolutely shot the bed with their 5 first-round picks. So I'd probably say like, and they're really stagnant too. I'd probably put Brooklyn.
Okay, so we're 25th. We're
25th, I'd say. I think 25th.
I think we're at 25. Which man,
I don't know.
Does that really make us feel that much better?
I don't know. Learstow, I'll tell you this. I don't know if any other fans or NBA fans would agree with that. It might be like, these guys rake their guys too high. This team sucks. Their front office is terrible.
I saw this video on YouTube today, and it was titled "Why the NBA Needs to Disown the Kings" or something like that. And it was created by a Warriors fan, and I was
of course Warriors fans,
and then
dude.
Then he revealed that he was a Warriors fan, and that his hatred for the Kings started during the playoff series, and I was just like,
bandwagons, dude.
And then I right as he said that, I stopped listening because at first I wanted to hear like a non-biased video about the Kings, and I was just curious to see what people think, and then I heard that it was from a Warriors perspective. I'm like, get
out here. Actually, there is another team that I would put above the Kings. So we would be 24th. The Pelicans.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Pelicans. They actually might relocate. You see what they did recently? Do you know how down bad the Pelicans are right now? Like, they can't even get upper level seats. Like, it is.
Wait, is that what
down bad? Yeah, down bad.
Like they won't even.
They're not even going to upper level to get seats. It's down. They're down bad. Like their fans are turning on them. There's no like promotions that are going on for Pelican players or Pelican events. It is so down bad that the NBA might have to step in and say, all right, time to go to Vegas. All right, time to go to Seattle. You know?
Yeah, because like every single, and you saw it last year. I mean, every single time I see a Pelicans game, there's like just spotty fans, and I feel bad. I mean, thank God that we're in Sacramento and we have like, you know, diehard fans that are willing to just sit through, you know, a terrible product year after year after year after year. But there's other teams out there that are just like the Pelicans. I'm like, man, like that. Imagine being a diehard like basketball fan, and then the Pelicans are your team because you grew up watching them. Like just imagine that. I don't know.
I know some Pelican fans there that from social media, and it's just like, oh boy, you know, you just can't make this stuff up from them.
Like, what did they get back for the CJ McCollum trade? Do you even remember?
I don't even remember. I mean, that's how awful that trade was.
What did they get back for Brandon Ingram? Like, I don't even remember that. Oh, Jordan, no.
Oh, you know what? No, Jordan Poole was part of the CJ McCollum trade. That's what it was.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But Jordan Poole has not even played this year, right?
No, he's back today.
Oh, yeah.
He had 24 points tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for JP. Yeah.
Can't wait for when he cooks us and drops 45. So that'll be fun.
That could definitely happen.
Yeah. And he's a Kings killer. He's did that last year when he was in Washington. So
RT, I sent you a trade that ESPN cooked up today, and I think it is the wildest. This could be the wildest trade in NBA history. God. And by wild, I'm not saying like wilder than the Luka overnight trade for Anthony Davis. That obviously is number one. But this trade, RT, can you read to the fans or to the listeners what ESPN cooked up? Because I want to get everyone's opinion on this. I want to get your opinion on it, and then I'll tell you what I think. But this was so crazy, the amount of teams and players involved. RT, break this down.
Oh, this is going to be a lot going on. But Bobby Marks, right? We love Bobby Marks. Bobby Marks is a big fan of us, right? Like, let's call a spade a spade. He's
Bobby
a big fan.
Bobby Marks has Sacramento ties.
He does.
Yes, Sacramento ties. So.
He's a diehard. So this is where it gets crazy. So Bobby Marks is inducing fans and listeners to a 5-team trade with the following teams.
A 5-team blockbuster megastar trade.
Mega Ladon, whatever the hell you want to call it. So this involves the Atlanta Hawks, the Dallas Mavericks, the Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors, and the Detroit Pistons. And the following players from each team get these. From the Atlanta Hawks, Anthony Davis, Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield, and my guy from Providence, Devon Carter. The Mavericks get Zach LaVine, a 2026 first round and a 2027 first. Don't know who would trade those. I'd probably hopefully not us, maybe Detroit. And then the Warriors would get Kristaps Porzingis, which is actually a fair deal. And then Detroit, they would get Doug McDermott and Cash. And then the players that we would get from Sacramento would be Trae Young and Luke Kennard. Mr. Trae Young, I'm balding. Mr. I'm like 5'11", but I'm 6'1", but technically 5'11". That Trae Young. The Trae Young that does this.
The Trae Young that the Atlanta Hawks are so thrilled that they traded with the New Orleans Pelicans, because the 3-22 Pelicans are on track to giving Atlanta the first round, or a top 3 overall pick, which could land them a 6'6" Darren Peterson, which will give them the reason to not need Trae Young anymore. And it's been proven for Atlanta that Trae Young is no longer the best player on the franchise. It is Jalen Johnson, and you could build around Jalen Johnson.
Oh my God! I just realized. Oh my God! If they pull this off, and
then
Anthony
the Hawks
Davis
would have Jalen Johnson, Darren Peterson potentially, Anthony Davis, Buddy Hield, Devon Carter, Kuminga.
Yeah, and then Nickeil Alexander-Walker,
Dyson Daniels.
like that trade will propel them to being the favorites in the East
for
without
years
a
to
question.
come.
Without a question, this trade will do it. And if you're dude,
I think Atlanta has to give up some picks.
I think that's where they give up the
picks
20 to Dallas,
those picks
maybe.
must be going to Dallas.
Yeah, maybe.
Because how on earth do they end up with all the best players in that sequence?
I forgot that Atlanta just still had. Well, didn't their picks didn't they trade their picks to San Antonio or something like that? Because I remember when we were traded De'Aaron Fox, I remember I was like yelling at them to like get Atlanta's picks, and they just didn't. So I don't even know if like San Antonio still has like Atlanta picks. Not even sure.
I don't know who or how Dallas is getting those picks, but I would assume it's coming from Atlanta. I don't think it's coming from us because Atlanta's getting the most value back.
Yeah.
You think they have to give rid of the draft capital to make that happen in that trade, but that is wild. Let's talk about hypothetically if that were to happen. The Kings get Trae Young, but we move off of the Zach LaVine contract. But now we're with the Trae Young situation. And the Trae Young situation that is very evident in Atlanta is that when Trae Young is on the floor, they are a bottom 10 defense in the league. When Trae Young is off the court, they're a top 6, top 8 defense in the league this year. Atlanta's doing great things without Trae Young on the floor. They didn't want to extend him. I think they're noticing that this guy is such a liability. Yeah, he's great on offense, and sometimes he could be a defense's worst nightmare. But when he is such a liability on defense, it's like night and day, like the decision that they're going for. And they didn't come to the extension agreement. He's been out for a majority of the season, and they're seeing how good they are without him. And Atlanta has New Orleans pick next year.
Yikes.
You could replace Trae Young like that for someone that's 6'6" and that is getting comparisons to Kyrie Irving and others, and RT is in love with DP. I mean, it sounds like Trae Young is not going to be a part of Atlanta's future plans because the way it is written right now, they don't need him.
No, absolutely not. Going from the Kings' perspective,
talk about this from the Kings' perspective.
Yeah, because talking about this from the Kings' perspective, like I mentioned in the intro, like if we get Trae Young, John Morant, or LaMelo Ball, I will sit here on this podcast and I will open up a handwritten letter to myself, saying very bad things to Vivek Ranadive. One, Trae Young is 6'1". He can't defend for his life. I get it that he's this great scorer and playmaker and all that stuff, but if your shot's not going in and if you're inconsistent on offense and then you're a liability on defense, how many games are you going to win? I get it that he won against the Knicks and the 76ers. He had these heroic games. He dropped 48 in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Milwaukee Bucks, right? I get that. All good stuff. Like, he forced that series to 6 games. Like, woohoo, right? But if you're a defensive liability and you can't make your team better by being a solid playmaker, like De'Aaron Fox makes up for his defensive lapses at times by getting steals. Does Trae Young ever do that? No. And that's you're getting a worser defender. Yes, offensively, Trae Young is, in my opinion, better than De'Aaron Fox because of the magnitude that he brings from a playmaking perspective.
Oh, playmaking.
From a playmaking perspective, offensively, I think Trae Young is better than De'Aaron Fox. But if I'm looking at an overall scheme of things, like if I want a player, that's De'Aaron, without a question. And I know that may be biasness from us, but just watching the Kings and watching the Hawks and watching the Spurs, shout out to San Antonio, by the way, they're going to be in Vegas. But when I'm looking at a point guard that I want to build around, I want a guy that's going to be good on both ends, not just like bad on one end and great on another. I want somebody that's going to be good on both ends so that way they can rely on it. I'm looking at guys around the league. Like if you look, for example, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's so good on offense, but then he's also really good on defense. He's underrated on defense. That's like the player that I think Darren Peterson can be too. And then, but that leads me to Trae Young. Is he that great of a defender? No. He's going to make you lose games.
At all. And
Jesus. Final answer, no. Final answer is no.
So you're not, with what Zach LaVine's brought to the table, you would rather keep Zach than do this trade?
I mean, here's the thing. If we do get rid of Zach LaVine's contract, I mean, Trae Young's contract is not really that different, right? It's not that really
like
different. I don't think it's really that kind of a big difference. I'm going to look at Trae Young's contract.
It's like a swap to get off a bad contract for a guy with an also big contract for a fresh start.
Yeah, and he's going to make like around 40. He's making $46 million this year, and then $49 million next year.
Yeah, and I
don't think he's worth that. Like, I'm sorry, but like if Zach LaVine is like making like $42 million, and you get Trae Young next year, who's going to make $49 million with like a player option on top of that.
And that just
I can't do it.
That just resets that lengthens the rebuild even longer. Because Trae Young is not. I mean, we're not rebuilding our team around him. At least I don't think we are. I hope that's not what we do. Because I think that just sets us back. There's 3 guys in the NBA that are in this weird category right now: Trae Young, John Morant, LaMelo Ball. Trae Young is obviously the biggest liability on defense. John Morant, you never know if he's going to play or if he's going to get in trouble. LaMelo Ball, people are saying he's the most unserious NBA player. According to Legion Hoops, people are saying that LaMelo Ball is the most unserious NBA player, which is just wild.
I mean, look at this way. Trae Young's the biggest liability. John Morant can't get his personality straight. And LaMelo Ball treats the NBA like street ball.
So it's like, why would the Kings try to think, if these players didn't work out in their situation, we're the home that could make it work here? And that's why I'm hoping our owner and Scott are on good terms.
Oh my God, Cristo.
Because like, why would you think that we're the home to make it work? If those franchises going to make it work.
That's what literally happened with the Chicago Bulls. It's literally the same damn blueprint. Like,
so that's why we can't make
we can't make the same mistake. Like,
we can't make it twice.
No, because
Scott's smart enough.
We saw what happened. They saw Monty McNair, and they were like, hey, we're going to trade. And they saw that Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan did not work out, and they were a play-in team at best. They had one lucky year, and that's because Lonzo Ball got hurt when they were the 1 seed and then plummeted all the way to 6. After that duo never worked. So why did you bring it in? And then you look at the record now. Look at the record that's been, right? And, that's really what's been the whole story.
But you have to think that obviously, like, Scott Perry inherited a roster that is not his. So that's like my only hope is that he came into a situation that he did not create. So we can't like discredit him for anything yet.
No, absolutely
not. He starts to like change it into the direction that he wants. And if he does go for one of those 3 players, then that's when we could start, criticizing the direction that he thinks it's going to take. He also cleared the air on Sacktown Sports, saying that he never said anything about like a 3 to 5 year window, but he did say that Vivek knows that Scott has full autonomy over what's going on. So at least we got that clarification, which is good. He did push back on the timetable thing about the 3 to 5 year thing, because he never said how long it's going to take. But as long as Vivek is willing to just take a step back, which we have seen, we haven't been seeing Vivek around as, I mean, he's even missed a couple games this season, which was not like him in the previous seasons. He's on Instagram making videos with Shaquille O'Neal about his friend going into the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you saw that. That's what Vivek did today. But
Vivek was there at the game tonight, and he was hearing chants of "sell the team" tonight. So I hope that Vivek trusts Scott Perry to turn this around, and that
He has no choice.
He's got no choice. He's got to ride. He's got to ride for his dog.
Ride for your dog.
Ride for your dog, man.
Scott Perry is that guy. Believe in him.
He's him. He's won an NBA championship
I
as
also
a GM.
forgot to mention on the last pod when I was mentioning the Old Man in the 3 episode with Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon said that the reason why he plays the way that he does is because of Scott Perry.
I love
And
that.
I was like, what? I'm like, did I hear that right? And he was like, Scott Perry was there. That what got me to Orlando. And he said, what's going to get you on the floor is by playing extremely aggressive on both sides of the ball, especially on defense. So that brought me so much joy because I was like, Scott Perry has been preaching his 6 pillars, the defense, this and that, and like what fits the roster, how we want Sacramento to be known, and how to, like, if you're wearing a jersey, what you're going to be representing. And hearing that from years ago when Aaron Gordon got drafted all the way till now, and then coming out clean about the Keon Ellis situation, saying he's the type of player that we want. Thank God, because like everything that Scott's been preaching, that's how Keon Ellis plays. That's how Keegan plays. Now, and then obviously the young guys are going to be playing like that too. Neek and Maxime, maybe Devon, whoever's here. But but you got to start somewhere, build that foundation, and then just add to the puzzle. And we're getting closer and closer to December 15th. We're getting closer and closer to the trade deadline. Talk around the NBA is starting to ramp up, and you will hear it, if not first, next in line from the Kang Gang Pod. Because we try to be as quick as possible when news happens, but
if you ain't first, you're last. That's shout out Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, so we'll be breaking all of that down throughout the season. In a game like this, we're obviously not going to break down a 31-point loss.
No.
We're going to talk about other things. So
when you're doing this stuff, I mean, Jalen Pickett. Listen, like Jalen Pickett, Peyton Watson did their thing. If you want to look down the line of like, if you want like a semi breakdown, just look at
they all did their thing.
Yeah, they did their thing. Like Jokic was, we were pretty damn close.
I when he was getting close to our numbers, I looked up what we said. You said 37, 10, and 9.
Yeah, something like that.
37, 10, and 9,
probably
and I said 38, 12, and 9.
Yeah, we were,
and he was right in the middle.
Yeah, he was right in the middle.
Right.
Well, technically, you were probably closest. You had the rebounds correct, so I'll give the kudos to you. But Peyton Watson had 21. Cam Johnson was 16. Jamal Murray had the quietest game with 11, but it didn't really matter because Jonas Valanciunas was 7 from 7, 6 rebounds, 15 points. Tim Hardaway, 11 points off the bench. Bruce Brown, Jalen Pickett, like they rebounded the ball. They had 35 assists versus our 21. That's the story. Like, that's the breakdown, guys. Like, that's it.
I think what else is the story is that we played the Nuggets 4 times in a 1.5 month span.
Dude, we play the Timberwolves
the Timberwolves on when? Sunday. And that's our 3rd time playing the Timberwolves. Or is it the 4th?
I think this is our 4th.
3rd or 4th?
4th. No, this is our 4th. It's our 4th.
That just shows. Because
we won against Minnesota. So we're 1-2. And we're going to go back to Minnesota.
Hardest schedule in the NBA by a landslide.
Thank God we're sucking this year.
NBA is looking out for us, like we said earlier. NBA is looking out for us. They're like, this is how we could help you. Let's make the schedule harder in the beginning than later so that we could dictate your future for you. And that's what they're doing. And they're not going to, like some of those YouTube videos out there that I'm seeing, they're not going to take away the Kings from Sacramento. They're taking the Pelicans out of New Orleans. And that is what is probably going to happen because the Kings ain't going nowhere.
No, we ain't going nowhere. We're not going to Vegas. One team is trying to have us temporary stay in Sacramento and then move to Vegas. Not us. You can't take our NBA team away.
No, we're here to stay, baby.
Yeah, we're here to stay.
And we're here for the turnaround. And the turnaround is not going to happen overnight.
No, not this year.
But we're going to be here to witness it, to talk about it, and...
Oh, yeah. If we get a top 3 pick, we're going to Vegas for Summer League. Like, I will be booking my tickets. I will be flying there. I will be so front of the row. Like,
Tease.
you will see all the boys there.
I'm thinking we should host a. Obviously, this is very early, but if you made it this far, we're going to host a watch party of the draft lottery at Mojo's. We're gonna do it June. I don't know. We obviously don't know the date yet.
I think it's May.
May is May?
May is the. May is when it is.
Baby.
Yeah.
That's not too far away. May of 2026. We're gonna be at Mojo's. We're gonna be watching the draft lottery, and just imagine us celebrating when we find out if we get a top 3 pick. How crazy would that be? From that moment on, RT and I are gonna book our flights to Vegas. And we're going to be on boots or going to be on ground in Vegas for the Summer League to witness the future.
Oh, we're going to have we're going to dude, we're going to have a lot of people. We're going to have a lot of people on this podcast when we're in Vegas. We're going to send groundbreaking numbers if we go to Vegas and getting a lot of guests.
No, we're going to Vegas.
We're groundbreaking. Like,
I think we should go no matter what.
I'm down to go no matter what. Like, if it's a top 5 pick, like, fuck it, you know.
We're going.
Let's go.
We're going.
Yeah, fuck it.
If you
before your wedding.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
great gift before
is gonna be a
great gift for you before you become a married man is going to watch an NBA Summer League while we are drowning in sweat in 112-degree weather.
If you want to come with us to the Vegas spectacle to watch our future draft picks play, let us know in the comments if you want to come.
We'd love to have you come.
Maybe you guys could hang out with us. All right. I think that's all we have for tonight. We play the Timberwolves on Sunday. Ant Edwards has been dropping 40 balls like it's nobody's business, and I don't see why he's not going to do that against us.
50 ball coming.
I think he's dropping 44.
I'm thinking he's going to drop 47.
Wow. If he could do either of that, insane. So, we'll see you on
Sunday.
Good.